Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I hope that today you're still in good condition, you're still in good motivation in learning, and welcome back with me with Rizam Zadi at FES'T, Fun English at Smash. Okay, students, at this chance, we'd like to discuss about the use of conjunction. Okay, now to make you a detailed understanding about what exactly the conjunction we discuss about, now we start for the lessons right now. Now we go to in three basic comprehension 3.6 before we go to the main material of the lesson. Yeah, this is the contents of 3.6 in basic competence. It shows that applying social function generic structure and language feature, written and spoken interactive transactional text involving giving and answering information, dealing with the adequacy to be able to do or not to do based on the context of its use. To blah 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 to blah 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 and blah 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 enough to blah blah blah. So in this section we're gonna discuss two subjects. The first is the use of conjunction to blah 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 to blah blah blah, and then blah 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 enough to blah blah blah. How to compose the sentence using these conjunctions, we go to the next later on. And before that, I show you the indicators of the lessons. During this lesson, you should achieve some of points that you should get. The first is you should be able to identify the sentence contents of to, enough to. Exemplifying, giving the example. And then classifying, and the last is applying of the use conjunctions to and enough to. Now we go to in basic comprehension 4.6 or in psychomotor skill. Here consisting of composing social function, generic structure and language feature, written and spoken interactive transactional text involving giving and asking information, dealing with the adequacy to be able to do or not to do based on the context of its use. Still using to and to, but it is the application of how to implements the conjunctions into the sentence. And the indicators, only one, composing the sentence which contains to blah 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 to blah 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 and blah 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 enough to blah blah blah. Now we go to the main material. Here I would like to give you the audio, exactly this video, but I blocked the screen because it consists of the conversation, and then you can analyze what the conversations includes in the dialogue. Now we start and listen carefully.
It's too hot outside today. Oh yes, it's too hot. It isn't cool enough. I think we should stay at home today. But what should we do at home? Watch television. Oh no, watching television is too boring. It isn't interesting enough. Okay. What about watching Dark Knight movie? Oh, I think we are too young. We are not old enough, and this movie is too scary for us. How about reading a story? Oh, yes, I totally agree. Let's read.
Okay, that is the conversation between two girls, and they're discussing about what thing to do while the outside is not comfortable condition. They try to watch TV and watch movie, and finally they do something that they want. And in the conversations, it includes the use of to and enough to. For example, it is too hot today, too hot today. And then it isn't interesting enough to do something or to watch TV in a conversation. So that is a little example of the conversation that includes the conjunctions of to and enough to. Okay, this is the example of the dialogues. The dialogue. Okay, between Dimas and Martha. And Dimas say, "Hey Martha, do you want to go to the beach? I think it is too hot to go to the beach. Maybe later. Come on, you can use an umbrella. It will be cold enough once you get in the water." Martha said, "Okay then." "Oh no, there are too many people here. Don't worry, there is enough space for everyone. I will go ahead to swim." "Okay, be careful, Burr. You're right, the water is too cold for me." "How about surfing then?" "I don't know. I think the rental cost is too expensive for me. I don't have enough money to pay it." "It is okay, I will treat you." "Really? Thanks, you're too kind." Dimas said, "No problem, as long as you are happy enough." So that is a short conversation that apply the conjunctions of to and enough to. You can see here there is too hot, and then cold enough, and then enough money, and then too many people. There is enough space, and then too cold and too expensive, etc. Too kind, happy enough. So that is the example of the use to and enough to in conversation. Okay, now we discuss about the use of to, blah 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 to, and in blah 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 enough to. I take an example from the conversations before. It is too hot outside today. And then if we analyze them, it becomes it is too hot outside today. To is followed by, this is the question for you. It isn't cold enough. Enough is preceded by, is the question for you. And this sentence followed or preceded by an adjective or adverb. So hot today, too hot, too followed by hot, while enough preceded by cold, adjective. Hot, cold, adjective. You can remember here, followed for too and preceded for enough. Okay, understand? Now we go to the next. An adjective and adverb, present participle. Watching television is too boring. You can hear from the conversations before, the previous conversation. She said, watching television is too boring. Why we put boring here? This is an adjective. It is a verb ing that has a function as adjective. It is called as gerund. It is called as gerund. And then past participle. The story is too exaggerated. The story is man-made, so it is not real in condition, but it gives more sensational view. So the story is too exaggerated. It is made from past participle. Exaggerated past participle. It is also adjective. Adjective from past participle, while boring from present participle. Or we say gerund. The third is adjective from adjective itself. The movie is scary enough to watch. Scary enough. So adjective can be made from present participle, past participle, or adjective itself. Okay, that is the additional. Now there is an adverb. He can't drive his car too fast. Too fast. So it is an adverb. Some policies can control too many riots on roads. This will be different with others. Too hot, too followed by an adjective, while too here followed by adverb. Many is an adverb. This shows that many giving the adverb of quantity. The adverb of quantity. Too many riots on road. If you analyze, too many is followed by noun, riots. Too many followed by noun. Okay. Okay, that is the discussions between two blah 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 two well and blah 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 enough to blah blah blah. So the next is I'll show you for the to make you more understand about what exactly the use of two and two enough. I need you to make a conversation using two blah 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 two blah 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 enough two. So this is for the task for 4.6 or psychomotor skill. You make a conversation by your handwriting, and then you capture it and send to the assessment box. And then for here is the use antonyms of underlined words to rephrase the following sentence. You can do this. This is the example. This car is too expensive for me. This car is not cheap enough for me. So the instruction is you use the antonym of easy, so difficult, bitter, so sweet, and then so on till the last. And then you make the statement using difficult, like this example. This car is too expensive. Expensive is the antonym of cheap. So you make this sentence using adjective cheap, but this sentence should have same meaning with the previous sentence. This car is too expensive for me. Is too expensive means that this car is not cheap enough for me. So they have similar in meaning. So I hope that this is for 3.6. This is for 3.6, and you can do for yourself at home. So while you do this in 3.6, you also do 4.6 making conversation. That includes the use of to blah 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 to and blah 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 enough to. Okay, students, I think that's all for the discussions, the use of to blah 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 to and blah 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 enough to. I hope if you have still questions, you may ask me in WhatsApp or maybe in Google Class, or maybe you can meet me directly at school. But remember, you still pay attention to your health protocol during in COVID-19. Wear mask, and then wash your hand, and then keep your health. If you are in a good condition, you may not go to school, but if you're in a good condition, just 2 or 3 of you going to school. I think that's all for today in our meeting in FES'T, Fun English at Smash, with me, with Rizam Zaki. See you next time. Have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.